up, my dudes? It's Demi, and today I am at Disney's Hollywood Studios. Today we're going to be dining at the Hollywood Brown Derby for lunch. I have not been back since the closures, and I've actually had a few requests to come here because a lot of people have heard mixed things since the reopenings. They say that the quality isn't as good since the reopening, so I'm very happy to go and see if that's true for you. I've heard that from a couple of people. I was surprised to hear that, so I'm very curious to see if that's the case. So let's get in there, let's try some food out, and let's go get into some hijinks. The Hollywood Brown Derby is a reservation required restaurant. However, they do have the Hollywood Brown Derby Lounge, which is a walk-up lounge, and you can get drinks and some light bites here. It is outdoors though, but they do have umbrellas. The Hollywood Brown Derby is inspired by the original Hollywood Brown Derby in Hollywood, where you see like lots of famous people back in the day. You have all of their caricatures done. This is also where the Cobb Salad was invented, and here at this replica, it's a very popular item. Just sat down. I just love the vibe in here. It's so fun. I love seeing all the photos. The lighting for filming is terrible, so I apologize ahead of time. Things look terrible, but it's so nice in here for dining because it's nice and like dim. But it's such a fun vibe. Okay, let's start looking at our drink menu. There is so many wines, champagnes, like as far as the eye can see, dessert wines, but then we turn it over. And then you have, of course, beers and lots of scotch and bourbon, cognac, wine flights, martini flights, margarita flights. But then you have your cocktails. They make very, very good cocktails here. And then they have some non-alcoholic cocktails like the Shirley Temple, because did you know the actress Shirley Temple used to visit the Brown Derby, and like the real Brown Derby, and that's where the Shirley Temple was also created, and she couldn't obviously drink because she was a child, so they made it just for her. If you see right here, this highlighted pink area, these are our specialty cocktails. The Grapefruit Martini is inspired by the grapefruit cake, which was also invented at the Brown Derby, which you can get here for dessert, which maybe we'll get later. And I decided to get it for my cocktail, and I have never had it before, so I'm very excited to try it. Oh my gosh. Oh, it is so good. It is so tart and creamy. It's literally like a dessert, but a drink. I really like how tart it is. That is delicious. You can really taste like that vanilla vodka that's in there. It is very, very creamy. If you like a creamy drink, this is definitely something for you. I'm normally not even the biggest grapefruit fan, but like this is really nice, and it smells so good too. This is so good. This is like such a signature drink. This is delicious. Like I can't think of anywhere else that you can get this. So it's like, I love when you can find a super signature, like unique drink somewhere. This is delicious. Cheers. Our server just brought out some hot rolls and some butter with some salt. Looks so good. Let's give it a try. Pretty decent roll. To me, the bread is always the best part of the meal. I'd rather just eat this right now with butter and not even eat a meal, and then just take the rest home. That's always the best part. Let's take a look at the actual food menu. This does change seasonally, but let's see what it is right now. We have sea scallops, roasted tomato cream soup, heirloom tomato burrata salad, charcuterie, shrimp cocktail, green strawberry salad, tuna carpaccio niçoise, escargot casino. Our entrees are filet mignon and Walt Disney's roast beef hash, sustainable salmon, coq au vin, our famous Cobb that will always stay on there, seasonal fish, tomato risotto, shrimp and scallops, and a braised short rib. And then you can do enhancements, grilled asparagus, shrimp macaroni and cheese, and spoon bread. Okay, here is my appetizer. I did go for the sea scallops. It's sea scallops with smoked chipotle glazed pork belly, tomato jam, and pea tendrils for $17. I was like, scallops and pork belly? Sign me up. Looks really good too. Let's give it a try. All right, let's try the scallop first. That's good. That's cooked perfectly. Not chewy. It's perfectly seared on top. Great flavor. I love scallops. And I always like to get a scallop because it's so easy to mess up a scallop if it's just cooked underdone or overdone. It's over, but that's perfect. All right, now let's try that pork belly. Smells really good. That sauce is really, really good, really tangy. That's really tasty. It's not fatty either. It's just really good flavor, and it's just surprisingly not fatty and tender. This is a really good appetizer. I like the fact that they put like 2 different types of like proteins on here. This is just lots of good like flavor on here. This sauce is very tasty, and it's cooked really well. It's not chewy, it's not fatty. It's very, very good. Overall, very good appetizer. Oh, it's the figs that make it sweet. And then you get the little bit of like the bits of the fig on top. That's why it's so good. On top of that pork, but that is delicious. That's why it's so good. You have to like figs. I love that. That's so good. Wow. And here is my entree. Of course, I had to get the famous Cobb salad. And honestly, I did have to get it because the whole thing was, the reason why I came here was I've heard some people say that it's not as good as it used to be, which I'm like surprised to hear. I don't really think, I don't know. I don't really, it looks great from the outside, but I mean, I don't know. That's what I was brought here to do. I was brought here to have the Cobb salad. It's $20. It is the famous Cobb salad, spit roasted turkey, bacon, egg, tomatoes, blue cheese, avocado, and classic dressing. You can also add chicken for $7 or shrimp for $9. All right, let's dig it in. Normally your server does it, but because I wanted to take pictures, I said I'll do it myself. All right, it's all mixed. Let's give it a try. Here we go. It's delicious. I don't know what the problem was. I think it's very good. The complaint that I got from a couple of people was that their salads were a little soggy. I guess from the dressings, or like I guess some of the ingredients sitting on top of the lettuce. I don't feel that way. I don't feel like it's soggy. I understand how, yes, if it's all this water weight is sitting on there, it could maybe feel a little soggy, but it doesn't, there's still crunch. Yes, maybe it could be a little crunchier, but I think that everything mixed together tastes delicious. There's so much flavor from that turkey. Look at this piece of turkey. And the bacon is nice and salty, and the cheese is salty, and the avocado has some sweetness to it. And then it just all tastes so delicious together, and everything is really, really, really chopped up. It's like really, really chopped salad, so everything is really mixed well. I think it's delicious. It's a really good salad. I can understand the concern of it being, the lettuce being soggy. There are some soggy pieces in there. I will not lie to you. There are, because everything is sitting on there. I don't personally mind it, but I understand the complaint of it. I do not think the quality of this food that I've had is down at all. That appetizer is delicious. I think the salad is great. I don't think you can really stop lettuce from getting softer from lots of different things sitting on top of it for so long. And especially I had mine sitting on there for a really long time because I was taking lots of pictures and videos, like more than probably normal people, and it's still pretty crunchy. I think it's delicious. It's famous for a reason. It's delicious. They chop it well. I love it. If you like salad, it's like such a great option. And also, like, it's nice to have a really yummy and delicious and like you don't feel like you're like dying after you eat it at a theme park kind of like lunch or dinner option, because there's so many things that you could eat in a theme park and you're walking around and you eat it and you're like, oh god, why did I eat that? And then I'm walking around and you feel like kind of awful after. Like, you don't kind of feel that way after this because it's full of vegetables and, you know, proteins. So I always say it's like a really good option, and I kind of stand by it, but I also do understand the concern of soggy lettuce, but I don't think it's really that big of a deal from what I was kind of expressed towards. So I'm very happy with it. It's very, very tasty. Here's the dessert. I did, of course, go with the famous grapefruit cake. They also have a creme brulee, a chocolate coconut cake, and a flourless chocolate cake. But this is the famous grapefruit cake, originated in the real Hollywood Brown Derby. I am very, very excited to have this. Let's dig in. Whee! Okay, let's give it a try. That is so good. It is so light. The cake itself, like the actual cake part, is so light. It's not heavy, it's not dense, and it has like very, very, very light flavors, but just so good. It's not rich at all. And then the grapefruit on top is very delicate, very little fruity little topping flavor. It's so good. Like, I don't like very heavy desserts. This is really, really good. It's the perfect little button at the end of a meal, especially like if you're doing like the salad and then like a dessert and you want, like, again, something not too heavy. This is like a great like little meal where you're getting like really good food and a really good dessert and you don't feel awful afterwards. Because I feel like every time, especially when I'm gonna be real with you guys, whenever I do like food reviews for this channel, it's way more than I normally eat, and I only really eat like as little as I possibly can just to get the food review done. But it's so much because it's like really heavy restaurant dense food. But I don't feel awful because I just had like a really good salad, and this cake is not too heavy. It's really good flavor, super light. That was the point of this cake. The point of this cake, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, was invented to be like a light option for like actresses who wanted cake and not like to be like gain weight. So correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was. It's really good flavors. I'm really happy with the meal I had here today, and I would definitely come back to the Hollywood Brown Derby. Well, my dudes, that was the Hollywood Brown Derby here at Disney's Hollywood Studios. To my followers who said that they thought the quality has gone down, I personally don't agree. At least the items that I got, I thought were delicious. I do understand the concern that you maybe think that the lettuce is soggy. I personally don't totally agree. I can see maybe it could get a little soggy, but again, I left my salad for a really long time before I ate it, and most of it was still pretty like crunchy, and honestly everything is so mixed together that it's still very good. But I totally see your point where there is some soggy lettuce in there, but the salad is still so good that personally I don't think it really matters. I don't mean to like, you know what I mean, like it's yeah, of course it could be crunchier in some areas, but most of the lettuce is still really good in there. That's kind of how I feel about it. I think it's one of the best salads in all of Walt Disney World, and definitely one of the better, lighter options for a meal. And I thought that appetizer was so delicious. I thought that was so good. I thought that pork belly with the fig was delicious, and that scallop was cooked perfectly. And that grapefruit cake is so light and like citrusy and delicious. I had a great time here. I think it's a really good place to come for lunch, especially because a lot of like in-park restaurants aren't always so great, and I think this one is. So anyway, that's my personal take on the Brown Derby. What is yours if you've eaten here before? Please let me know in the comments. Is this a place that you love? Is this a place that's kind of like middle of the road for you, or is this a skip for you? Have you not eaten here yet? Is this a place that's on your list, or is this a place that you maybe think is not for you? Please let me know all of it in the comments. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you did like the video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit your bell notifications so you don't miss anything that goes on this channel, and follow me on Instagram at Magical Hijinx. Be sure to check out my Patreon. Become a patron. You'll get exclusive bonus content. You'll be helping me to continue bringing you great content here on this channel. And until next time, my dudes, I hope you guys get into some hijinks very, very soon. Bye-bye.